Hey, Lindy, how are you?
I'm good.
Awesome. Well, guys, listen, this is our very first interview that we've ever done on our channel. Now, we've been interviewed, Hope and I have been interviewed, but this is the first time we interviewed somebody else. And of course, we're starting with Lindy from PaleoBarbie. If you guys don't know who she is, she does have a YouTube channel, Instagram, and all that. So I'm going to put all her information down below. So do me a favor, make sure you go and subscribe to her channel as well. She's got a ton of information. So Lindy, thanks so much for being our very first interview.
Yay, fun. I'm glad. I'm excited.
Awesome. And so, guys, today we're going to talk about 75 hard. And I'm starting that on October 1st. So for 75 straight days, just doing the 75 hard. But Lindy's already done it 3 times. So, which is amazing. And then right now she's on the phase 2 part of 75 hard, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Right. Well,
Okay.
they call it live hard. Like the whole year thing is live hard. But yes, it's part of 75 hard.
Okay. So, Lindy, if for a lot of people don't know what 75 hard is, right? So, can you explain a little bit about what it is and, kind of like how it came to be, basically the information that
Yeah.
you know.
So Andy Frisella, who is the owner of First Form Supplements, came up with the program because he went through a lot of stuff in his life, a lot of trauma, lots of different things, and he also has had a weight problem all his life, off and on. And he was just like, you know what, I want to do something really challenging. So he created this program, but the premise of it is it's more of a mental challenge. Yes, it is physical. You're working out, you're eating right, you're doing all the things. Um, but it's hard because it's hard to drink plain water. It's hard to do 2 workouts a day. It's hard. So it's more of a mental toughness challenge than anything. But the benefits are is you're going to lose some weight. If you don't lose weight, you're doing something wrong.
Right.
2 workouts a day. You're going to lose weight. You're going to get stronger. You're going to get more mentally tough, and you're going to get healthier.
Okay. So, the premise of it is you're going to do two 45-minute workouts a day,
Mm-hmm.
1 gallon of water a day. You're going to read 10 pages of something that's motivational or inspirational book, right?
Yeah, self-help fiction is what he says, but yeah,
Self-help fiction. And then I'm missing something. What am I missing?
progress picture.
The progress picture, right? So every day you're going to take a photo of yourself, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then also following a like a diet plan or a food
Yeah,
plan,
following some kind of diet, no cheats, no alcohol,
right?
and one of the workouts has to be outside.
Right. So that's the premise of 75 hard. And again, I'm starting this on October 1st. I've never done this one before. I think it's going to help me after I reading up on it, watching some videos on it, watching what Lindy's done with it. I think this is going to kind of kickstart what I'm needing to get to that next phase because I've literally just stopped losing. I lost about 105 or so pounds and I've been stuck for a while. So I think this is that next step of doing two workouts a day is really going to be a big change for me. Now, recently, and Lindy, you know this, I've been playing pickleball for probably about last maybe month and a half or 2 months, maybe give or take. And it's been great. I'm feeling fantastic. And it's already kind of gotten me moving, kind of gotten the blood
Right.
circulating. I feel good. But after that, after pickleball, you're playing like 2 hours or so, I'm dead. So I'm curious to see what that second workout is going to be like, right? So if that first workout, whether it's pickleball, whether if it's just something else that someone else is doing, right? What would you suggest to someone that's going to do that second workout? What would you say for them to do?
I would say your second workout should be yoga or walking, because you don't want to do a strength training day when you just had this long workout. Also, a lot of people that do 75 hard run marathons and things, and so you're not going to run a marathon and want to go or a 5K even, whatever your level of fitness is, and want to turn around and do a 45-minute to an hour weight training session or a hit workout or something like that. I think, and yoga is challenging for some people, so it is a good workout to do anyways for a workout, not just you're not just laying there.
Right.
A lot of people think, oh, yoga is just laying there and stretching.
Yeah.
It really
That's not
can
what
be
it is.
it can be quite challenging, especially for guys. But walking is the easiest workout. So like if you're just tired, sore, whatever, just go walk.
Okay.
And put your music on and do that. That's what I always suggest.
So either walking, so let's say, you're playing either pickleball or whatever, you're doing something inside, that outside should be that walk, right? Not necessarily going
Right.
onto the treadmill.
Right. But even if you did like your pickleball or whatever, you did a 5K that morning, you can still go walking outside. So both workouts can be outside. Just one of them has to be outside.
Okay. Now, something that you and I talked about offline was about pickleball. You're thinking that maybe some people might be like, I don't think that's a workout. Well, it's going to be too easy or whatever the case may be. But you and I talked about that. Look, I haven't played
Right.
sports in a long time, or really done something that aggressive in quite a long time. So do you think that that would be okay for me to do when you're looking at that one workout? What do you suggest?
Yeah, I think it would be okay for you because it's new to you and it's challenging you. It's not something you've been playing for 10, 20 years. I think the main reason why Andy in his podcast talked about how, you shouldn't count golf or you shouldn't count things like that. If you play tennis, if you've been playing tennis every Saturday for the last 10 years or 20 years or whatever, or golf every day or every weekend for the past, long, long time, that's something that's not challenging to you because you've been doing it for a long time. And
Right.
it's more about the intent than the actual act. You know what I mean? If you're sitting there lying on the floor for 45 minutes saying you're doing yoga, but you're not really moving around and doing anything, it's all about intention, what your
Okay.
intention is.
And then what about swimming? Would you categorize swimming into that? That's maybe that second workout.
I think swimming's fine as long as you're actually swimming. Like if
Okay.
you're just hanging out at the pool and relaxing and just kind of, moving here and there,
Yeah.
I wouldn't count that. But if you're swimming laps or if you're doing water aerobics, I think those are fine.
Okay. All right. So swimming is gonna be fine. Just getting yourself out there, guys, for that second workout. Don't at the very beginning, right? When your body's starting to get accustomed to that second workout, don't overdo yourself. Yeah, I have a feeling that first couple of days I'm gonna be wiped out, but
Yeah.
I'm going to try to really stay with it. So I'm going to be very careful on what I choose. I'm still, guys, yeah, I've lost over 100 pounds, but I'm still very heavy. I'm still, I don't know, I'm somewhere between 270 and there somewhere. Thanks to Nancy, our friend Nancy, she just gave us a scale. So I'll know here probably tomorrow exactly what
Oh,
I
awesome.
weigh. But I'm still very heavy, and I do feel it. Even when I'm playing, when I'm out there
Mhm.
playing pickleball and stuff, by that fourth, fifth game, I'm feeling it still. My knees hurt, back
Yeah.
hurts. I'm still carrying a lot of weight, so I'm really hoping that this kind of gives me that next change, and of course, doing some other like maybe yoga or something like that,
Right.
to kind of get myself moving.
Mhm.
So, okay, so that covers the workouts. Now let's talk about the reading, which I'm really dreading. I hate reading.
I was the same way the
Yeah,
first time I did it.
I hate reading. It's just my attention span just I can't sit there and focus in on it. But I did. Lindy was kind enough to send me some books, and I kind of found some books and things like that that's going to keep my interest flowing, right? So hopefully, so we'll see
Mhm.
how that goes. But so tell me a little bit about the reading part of it. So you said 10 pages a day. What do you suggest for someone to read?
If you're like us and you're not big readers, just stick to your 10 pages. If you come to a half a page, like it's like the end of a chapter, or sometimes, the beginning of a chapter, it's like a half, I don't count that page because I know unless there's another half page. So I'll just start on the next page. I mean, I'm reading that, but I'm counting on the next page. But if you're a reader, you can read more than 10 pages if you want. You just have to read a minimum of 10 pages.
Okay.
Um, and I think, like you said, just finding stuff that you think you'll be interested in to keep your attention. And look, for you, it's going to be sports, history, that kind of stuff. And for me, it was like, oh, what am I going to do? And so at first I started out with like biographies that were inspirational, and then I kind of moved into to like David Goggins, Iron Cowboy, some things that would be like motivational to me as fitness wise, and
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. So
I don't think David Goggins is human, to be honest with you. I think that guy's that's just a different specimen in itself. That
yeah,
guy's something else. He really is. You
he
know,
is.
So it's something, it's definitely motivational, but that's that, if you're going to aspire to be like David Goggins,
Yeah.
more
But
power
even
to
if
you.
you are 10% like David Goggins,
Yep. You can, if
you'll
you,
get something out of the book.
yeah, you're going to make something out of that. Absolutely. So that covers the reading part of it. And someone did cover, like reading the Bible and something like that.
Like,
Of course, I would 100% encourage you to do that,
mhm,
so to read through it and, just find something that's going to motivate you, that's going to challenge you, that's going to
right.
inspire you, and good luck with that.
But the thing to remember about that is, as I told you off camera, was that whatever book you start, even if you don't like the book, you have to finish the book. So if you want to count the Bible as you're reading, you're going to have to read the book Bible from the beginning to the end.
Right.
So you may want to make that your side reading.
Yeah.
you know, I mean, unless you're like a goal is to read. Some people like to want to read the whole Bible in however much time or whatever. It doesn't mean you have to finish the Bible by the time you're done with 75 hard. But if that's going to be your book, then that's your book the whole time.
Okay.
Um,
Good enough.
Finish that book.
Okay. Yeah, I got you. So now on to the water. That's
Yeah.
another difficult portion of this because you got to drink a gallon of water a day, right? So one of the questions that was brought up about water was the soda stream, right? So these things here, um, is can that be a part of that gallon a day, or is it something totally separate that you're going to have to drink?
I think that would be separate because it would be kind of along the lines of drinking a LaCroix or, what's the other one that you guys get, bubbly?
Lovely.
Yeah. I haven't drank
Non-sponsored.
my
This
water.
is a
I haven't drank all
non-sponsored.
my water yet, so I haven't got to my LaCroix yet. I've got coconut LaCroix in there waiting.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, because that makes it taste better, so it makes it easy. So the plain water is part of the challenge to be
Okay.
drinking nothing in your water.
And no element, salty, nothing like that. Just plain
No.
water, right?
Right. And a couple tips about water that I can give is I two things I do. One, I used to use the big hydro jugs and then I would fill that up twice a day. Um, but somebody gave me a Stanley cup, so now I have two Stanley cups. So I got rid of my hydro jugs. So what I do is I fill up a gallon jug before we go to bed and I put it in the fridge and then I have cold water already. But before I go to bed with some water every night. And I deduct that from the jug or whatever. But I start my water really early. So as soon as you get up in the morning, start taking gulps of your water. And if you have it next to your bed, then you can, you can't count anything that you wake up in the middle of the night and drink, but you can. What I do is I look at what I have in here when I get up in the morning, and then I'll add to it. But I'll know exactly where it was, measure it
Okay.
out and all that. But if you start drinking, even if you don't do that, if you just fill your water as soon as you get up in the morning and you just drink as soon as you start getting in, you still have your coffee and all that, but just take like 10 big gulps before you
Right.
start drinking coffee. And the other thing I do is I put my electrolytes in my coffee. You can, sometimes I'll do unflavored, but I've been really hooked on the Keto Chow salty, the caramel or the cocoa. I've been putting those in my coffee. So
Okay.
I'm making sure I get those electrolytes in since I can't put them in my water.
Okay. Now, so that covers water, guys. So keep water. If you're drinking the bubblies or the soda stream or anything like that, keep that separate from the gallon of water that you're going to drink that day. Okay. That can be something totally. Coffee is not a part of that. That gallon
Right.
of water that you're drinking, everything is separate. So plain water, 1 gallon a day. Okay. That covers that. Now, your meal plan, right? So you got to
Mhm.
follow some sort of plan for the foods that you're eating, and then that within that plan of food that you're having, no cheats, right? So
Well,
nothing in between there.
no cheats off of your plan, yeah. And now, if you listen to Andy's podcast, and these people get really like policey about this, he talks about even if you eat one chocolate chip, you fail. Well, he's talking about if you're on a diet and you're eating a regular chocolate chip, so you be your own judgment on that. If you want to eat sugar-free chocolate chips while you're doing it, I feel like protein ice cream or protein pudding is fine, even though people like will argue with you about it. Because if you're going to have it as a protein shake, what's the difference if you take that protein shake and then freeze it into ice cream? It's the same thing.
Right.
So to me, that's kind of dumb.
Yeah, I get it.
um, So it's really just like going off of your diet, whatever diet you're doing. Like if you cheat on that diet, I feel like that's when you fail.
Okay. So that could be keto, carnivore, ketovore, um, vegetarian, whatever the case may be, whatever diet plan that you're following, that's what you need to do, right? And don't
Right.
cheat off of your diet plan.
Right.
Okay. And watch your those cheap little things here and there. Be very careful with that, with the snacking and stuff like that as well. Just be very careful with it. But listen, guys, at the same time, if you're hungry because you
Eat.
just did two 45-minute workouts, maybe even longer, and you're hungry, listen, you got to eat, okay? Make sure you get
Mhm.
your water intake and all that other stuff because you actually may be thirsty, not necessarily hungry, but just make sure you've got your water intake, that you're hydrated, and then and if you got to eat something, you're not feeling well, you make sure that you have something, right?
Yeah. And a lot, the first time I did 75 hard, I had like, I did my macros on some website or whatever. I was doing keto, but and it had me eating like 1,200 calories a day. And after I started doing 2 workouts a day for the first week, I was like so tired and I was dying. And I was like, okay, this is not enough calories. So I upped my calories to, I think at that time it was like 1,600. And now I eat like 17 or 1,800 now. I mean, so like back then I was thinking 1,200 calories, that's where I need to be to lose weight and blah, 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 and all this stuff. You got to eat when you're doing 2 workouts a day.
You have to eat, so just be careful with that. Don't overdo it, but if you're hungry, listen, eat. Go ahead and eat.
Right.
I would never tell someone to be starving, but don't do something because you're following this plan. You
Right.
got to eat something, and maybe some people may not like that, but I don't really care. What else is missing? Do we? I think we got everything, right? So I think we got the workouts, the water intake, the 10 pages, the food plan. What am I missing?
Um,
Photo, right?
Photo, I really highly recommend getting the actual official app. That I have seen so many people fail because they forgot to take their picture.
Okay.
And you can set an alarm on your app that tells you to take your picture or that tells you to anything, any of the parts of the checkoff list that you can set a timer. Also, your day begins and ends when you get up in the morning and when you go to bed at night. So if you are, say you work and you got home, your day just fell to the whatever, the wolves or whatever, and you get home and you're like, I still have 2 workouts to do today. Today's been crazy, and then I'll just get them done. I just have to get them done before I go to bed.
Okay.
And some if you go to bed at 1 a.m. doesn't mean you failed. I'm not saying you have to stay up till 1 a.m., but if something happens with your work or whatever, you just have to do it before you go to bed.
Okay.
And they have to be 3 hours apart, your workouts. I forgot to mention that, but yes,
Okay.
it's only for your body to have some recovery time.
Gotcha. Okay. Because a lot of people get honed in on that recovery time because you're doing this 75 straight days. So some people are like, hey,
Right,
you should actually do like maybe 3 or 4 days and then take a day to recover. But this
right,
is 75 straight days of two 45-minute workouts. So
right.
this is going to be super interesting. So
Yeah.
anything else on 75 hard?
You want me to read you what I wrote down?
Yes, absolutely.
That's what I've already told you. When you work, okay, one thing I wrote down was like working out outside. If it's raining, it doesn't get you out of doing your outdoor workout, but you can wear a rain jacket that has a hood or a ball cap, but you cannot use an umbrella. That's just part of and it doesn't say that on the app, but if you go in and ask them, because you can ask questions through the app, they will
Okay.
tell you you can't use an umbrella because it's supposed to be hard. You're supposed to be out in the elements. That's why they want you to do it outside. But what I do is I look at the weather for the week and I'm like, okay, on Wednesday and Thursday, it's supposed to be 60% chance of rain. So then when it gets closer to that day, I look and see, okay, when is it supposed to rain? Like, is it going to rain in the morning? Is it going to rain in the afternoon? Is it raining all day? When is it going to be the lightest? Kind of because you also don't want to be stupid either. So I look at that to kind of plan my day for that. Let's see what else did I write down for you. Um, I also, yeah, so I look at all my whole week for that, and I look at for like just each day as like, okay, what do I have going on today? Okay, Tuesday I work at the church. Wednesday night I work at the church. Like today I work till 2 o'clock at the church. So I have to plan like, okay, I know today I'm gonna have to not start my first workout till this time, or I'm gonna have to get up really early, or just kind of have to look at those days to help you plan it out. What else did I write down? Oh, I was going to say like social gatherings. I tell this to people even when you're not doing 75 hard, but if you're going to go to someone's house for a social gathering while you're doing it, like if you're still doing your 75 or whatever you're doing, um, bring your own food. Just bring, make stuff that you can bring to share, but you know that you can eat and it's not going to mess you up, because so many people go to these things and they feel guilty because they're not eating what someone else made.
Yeah.
Don't feel guilty. Just bring your own food.
Because if you think, honestly, think about it, not necessarily because I'm starting October 1st, but November, you got Thanksgiving coming,
Mm-hmm.
plus there's birthday parties, and then, of course, Christmas, but I should be done mid December anyways. But yeah, with the holidays coming and things like that, you got to be really careful. But I'm pretty lucky because most of the people that we know are all keto or mostly keto, but carnivore as well. So I'm happy at least that I'm not really worried about that side of things. But
Well,
I'm
I do all the
not
cooking
everybody's
for
that lucky.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
Yeah, not everybody is. I do all the, I'm lucky too because I do all the cooking now because my mom sort of like handed it over to
yeah,
me. So I can make sure that there's, things I can eat.
yeah.
And but not everybody has that. So that's why I wanted to say that. So make sure you bring stuff.
Sweet. Yeah, that's a great idea. All right, so that covers 75 hard. Now, guys, you're going to see a video that Hope made that she's going to be doing 75 soft. Okay, so Lindy's going to talk to us a little bit about 75 soft, and I don't know if it's controversial or not. I don't know if people are super crazy about 75 soft, but it's something that is out there, and I think it's a great idea. So, Lindy, tell me a little bit about 75 soft. You know a little bit about that one.
Yeah. I think that like the die hard 75 harders, like if you go into the Facebook group, and I've already told Andy, I kind of don't recommend that group. I mean, if you know what carnivore police are or keto police are, it's even worse in there. But they are die hard in there. So they will like shoot you down saying, oh, this is just a fake 75, blah, 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 blah. But my opinion on it is if it gets somebody moving and makes them challenge themselves, I have no problem with it. I don't care what they call it. I mean, they're not trying to, write a book that he has a book already. They're not trying to, they're just saying this is for people who don't think they're quite ready for the other one yet.
Right.
So let's do this one. And I don't have a problem with it. I think it's very good for people to say, okay, I want to work out every day for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
I want to drink a lot more water than I usually do.
Yeah.
I want to, read. I want to do whatever the thing. And I've seen a couple versions of it. I saw Hope, she sent it to me. But they're
And
pretty
I'll
close to
put it
being
on
the
here too,
same.
so
Yeah.
everybody can see what we're doing.
But I think it's great. I think any kind of challenge that makes you move your body and eat right and get into a habit situation. It takes 21 days to create a habit.
Yeah,
So if you do it for 75 days, you're going to create
absolutely.
a habit for sure.
And I think when I look at it, right, I think it'd be for someone that's maybe they're extremely obese, right, and they can't
Hmm.
do the two workouts
Right.
a day, whatever the case may be, right. So this is a good starting point for them. Find that one 45-minute workout that you can do for 45 minutes and knock it out, right. So I think for someone like that, it would be a good start. I think for someone like Hope that's in that maintenance phase, right, that doesn't necessarily need to go lose all this weight and all this other stuff.
Right.
He's just really doing it for toning and things like that. Um, so I think it's good for them, right? Um,
Right.
and just, like I said, for people like that, I think that 75 soft is perfect for them. But for me, I think that 75 hard is the way to go for me, right? But
Right.
again, that 75 soft, guys, it's like so it's at 45-minute workout, right? And then I don't think they have to drink a gallon of water. What's
They
their
do is it 3 liters or 2 liters? I can't remember what Hope sent me.
Yeah, I think it's 3 liters. And guys, I'll show it to you. I'm going to put it up here on what Hope is going to be doing, and then she's going to be doing the reading as well. Of course, following keto, doing that. So we've got the meal plan pretty much set and ready to go. That's going to benefit us tremendously because we've been doing that for so long.
Mhm.
There is no food change for us.
Yeah, that's
So
the easy
that
part for me.
yeah, we're already at a big advantage on that. It's just the
Right.
workouts, right? And Hope's already been, working out anyways, but with her knee, we've got to be really careful on
Right.
what she's
Right.
doing. So that's why 75 hard or soft works for her too, because
Right.
you
And
know,
there might be, yeah,
yeah, it's
other
even
people who
pushing it
have
beyond
health.
workout.
Yeah. If other people have health issues, like they can't do 2 workouts a day because of whatever health issue they have, not just a knee like her, but it could be, you know, other things. I think it's great.
Yeah. And I think so too. I think that'd be perfect for her and for others to do this as well. So guys, if you're going to do this with us, either if you're going to do 75 hard or if you're going to do 75 soft, let us know. Comment down below. And I'm going to try to do, if Lindy, I'll let you know the time that we're going to post this. It is going to go up on Monday, because we're going to start October 1st, which is Tuesday. So I'm going to have the video up Monday. And if Lindy, I'll give you the time. So I'm going to put it down as a premiere. So we can
Okay.
actually be in the comment section and,
Oh, answering questions. Yeah.
yeah, answering questions and all that fun stuff and kind of seeing, um, what else is out there, what questions maybe some people might have. Any final thoughts into, or any just advice as to, what we need to do here?
I would just say take it one day at a time and don't and if you fail, it's okay. Just start over. It's not the end of the world. Uh, I haven't failed yet doing that. I've done it 3 times, but there are lots of people who have, and it's for all different kinds of reasons. Maybe they thought they drank all their water and they didn't, or they fell asleep while they were reading their book, and didn't and fell asleep like for the night or whatever. Things like that. But just get up and start again. You know.
Yep. That's right. Just get moving, guys. Just that first, get over that hump. Like Lindy said, it's going to take 21 days for you to get a habit going, right? And to really, for that habit to become a part of your normal life. So,
Right.
that's what I'm looking forward to. Just kind of get going. I can't wait to see what the photos are going to look like. I've decided I'm going to just pick one shirt every day, just put it on, maybe something that's not as loose on me, maybe a little tighter, so you can kind of see
Right.
the difference in what I'm losing. Um, so, and then again, guys, don't forget that you do have to download the app. It is free, so you can download it onto your phone, and get that app so you can follow along. And then when you're done, at the end of the day, you click something on there that says it's done, and I think it gives you like an image that you can post on social media, right? That you can show,
Yeah.
hey,
You
I'm
can.
on day whatever.
Right. And you don't have to post like your photos that you take each day. You can share them if you want, or you don't have to share them. They can be totally for just yourself. And you don't have to save them in your phone. You can save them in the app only, and you don't have to keep them on your phone. So it's up to you, if you want other people to see them.
Right.
But if you have a big transformation, you might want to.
Yeah. Yeah. You might want to show people what you're looking like, right? So
Right.
maybe like this, that first week, you might not show this massive difference, but within 2-3 weeks from day 1 to day 21, that might be a
Yeah.
big difference for some of y'all, so I think it's going to be a big difference for me. So I'm anxious to see what that's going to do. So, Lindy, you're a rock star. Guys, do me a favor. Go check out her YouTube channel. It's PaleoBarbie, right? Am I right with that?
Mm-hmm.
Go check it
Kelly,
out. I'm going to
Kelly
have
Barbie does keto.
There you go. I'm going to have that down below so you guys can just click and go and subscribe to her channel. And she's also on Instagram as well. What's your Instagram handle?
Paleo Barbie.
Okay. So she's on there as well. So go check her out there. And she's got some great stuff. You can actually go back and see how she was doing with the 75 hard, right? You've got some stuff on there.
I have a playlist for it
There you
from
go. So you can actually
first
go
time I
back
did
and
it.
check out how she was doing. Because like I said, she's done this 3 times and she's already on a different, level 2, right? So,
Yeah, phase 2.
she's yeah, she's already kind of moved on with this and way ahead of where I'm about to be, right? And again, I'm gonna there's gonna be a video here right after we're done. So you can see what Hope's gonna be doing for 75 soft, and I'm gonna put the image and all that stuff so you guys can see that. And Lindy, you're a rock star. I want to do
Mhm.
this again. If you're okay
Yes.
with it, maybe a little later on down the road and maybe
Mhm.
halfway through. I don't know. Just
Yeah.
what works for you. And yeah, I can't wait to get your advice and going. And I'm sure I'm going to be texting you going, I'm in pain.
What do I do? I'm also gonna like I end my last day of phase 2 is the second. So on the third, I'm gonna jump in with you. I'm not gonna do the an official 75 hard. But I'm gonna do everything. I'm gonna do pretty much everything. Just continue with it. I just want to be able to drink during the holidays. So
Gotcha.
that's a stupid reason not to do it. But
Hey, listen, you whatever works for you, right? But again, you're not. you're in a different level. You know, I mean, you're not in that I'm massive and I need to lose all this weight and all this stuff still, right? You're almost in that same part that Hope's at. You're in that
Yeah.
maintenance phase, right?
I
So
have a little bit left to lose, but I'm kind of, my body thinks it needs to be at this point where I'm at right now.
where where were you before? Like when did you start all of this? Like how much have you
Um,
actually lost?
uh, Close to 90 pounds
Wow.
total. Yeah. But the last 10 pounds between eight, the last 10 pounds goes up and down. Like my body wants to stay within that. And I really just want to lose like another 20 pounds, but it's not really cooperating. But I'm building muscle. So I feel like I can't wait to get a new DEXA scan. My last one was 2 years ago. So I want to see the difference in my muscle and see.
Okay, awesome. All right, guys. Again, do me a favor, like, share, subscribe. Go check out Lindy's info. Lindy, again, thank you so much for your time. And let's get this started. October 1st, day
Yay!
one, 75 hard. Let's do this thing.
Yeah.
Thanks again, Lindy.
You're welcome.
Hey everyone, I wanted to pop in this video and just let you know what I'm doing as far as the 75-day challenge. I'm doing a 75 soft challenge because there's no way in the world I would put myself up against the 75 hard challenge. I just can't do it. So I have kind of done some research, looked around at the different ones out there for 75 soft, and they're all pretty much the same. So I will pop in here what I am doing. If you go follow me on Instagram, join our Facebook group, I will post it on there as well so you can do a version of what works for you too. The main thing is to eat well, however you do it. If it's carnivore, if it is ketovore, if it's just keto, if you're vegetarian. I'm not a judgy person here. You do you, right? So for me, I put 20 total carbs or less, which is what gets me where I need to be all the time. This is going to ensure that I stop the snacking that I'm doing. If I do snack, it will be on cheese, it will be on zero carb things, deli meats, all that old stuff that we know what we should be doing. Bacon. So that's what I did there. 20 total carbs a day. And again, it is loosely counting. I am not getting a tracker out and I am not writing stuff down. I do it mentally. I'm looking at the package and I go by total carbs. That's how I know what I'm gonna be doing, right? I'm gonna be drinking 3 liters of water today, which if you saw in my grocery haul, I had computed that to 101.4 ounces of water a day. So I'll be doing that. I'm reading 10 pages a day, which I'll probably exceed that because I'm into reading again right now. And then I'm going to be also working out 6 days a week for 45 minutes a day. I get 1 day of recovery as well. I'm probably going to do that on Wednesday. It's just in the middle. It's going to be easier for me. But the weekends are easy. That is like, if I'm off of work, I'm getting a workout in. So no problem there. Last but not least, I also added that I'm going to do progress pictures every day because that's something Andy's doing in 75 hard. Might as well do that too. It'll be nice to see if there's any changes. Something I didn't put on the list is I'm obviously going to take my weight and measurements before and after too, so we can see. So 75 days is going well into what, mid-December, around there? 30s, yeah. So early December, mid-December. So let's see if we can do it. If you're interested in doing something a little more doable, in my opinion, 75 soft, then definitely join. But as long as you're doing something, I think that's going to be great. Now stick around too. Every day we're going to be posting something, whether it be a short, whether it be a video. We want to take you along on this journey with us. So thanks so much for watching. That's what I'm doing.